April is the best month, and I'm not just saying that because it's when my birthday is, though that does help, but the sun is out, the birds are chirping, the plants are growing back, everything's new and fresh. I feel like everyone's starting to get in a good summer mood. I love reading books that are set in spring and summer, so I love this month. And I finished 5 books, I DNF'd 1, but I enjoyed every single one that I finished, which is quite rare, I feel like, to enjoy every single book. These are all relatively short, under 200 pages, so I'm going to go through them in the order that I read them. And I also have some other favourites that aren't book related that I've been enjoying this month. So I started with A Month in the Country by J.L. Carr. This is a short story. We follow a guy called Tom Birkin, who is a World War I veteran, and he's got quite a bit of PTSD and he's just not in a very good mental headspace. And he gets hired to restore a painting, a medieval painting in a church in the village of Oxford. It's set over the whole summer. I do wish I'd saved this one for a little bit later in the year, maybe July, August time, because it's a very sticky summer book, which it literally oozes off the pages, which is great, but I wish I'd saved it for when I was also experiencing that weather. I loved this book. I really, really, really enjoyed this. It's a very sort of quiet, kind of meandering. It's a reflective piece, so it's him in his later life, I want to say like 70s maybe, reflecting on this experience of restoring his painting when he was in his 20s and just what happened to him over that summer. It's very sort of like a melancholy, bittersweet reflection, and I just really, really enjoyed this book. I think I will reread it every summer. I thought the writing was great. I really, really enjoyed it. Because we are set in a church, I think there is quite a few themes of like heaven and hell, good and evil, and just how time is such a healer, and he finds a lot of healing in this project that he has over the summer. And I think it's a beautiful book, and it's really not long. I think it's 104 pages. I underlined so much in here. For such a short book, I took almost a full page of notes and underlined a lot, so I definitely think it's worth the read. Then I picked up a Western. This is True Grit by Charles Portis. I always really enjoy Western stories. I've had this one on my shelf for maybe like a year. I don't know why I've not picked it up yet, but I read the introduction just by chance from Donna Tartt, and it really made me want to read it, so I picked this one up. I really, really enjoyed this. This one is a story about a 14-year-old girl called Mattie Ross, and her father is killed and she wants to avenge his death, and she goes on a journey to find the guy who killed her father, and she hires a policeman who has true grit to help her on this journey, and they also get tangled up with a Texas Ranger. So the 3 of them set out to go and track down this man and everything that journey entails in the Wild West. It's a very kind of on the nose, there's no sugarcoating, as you would expect a Western to be. I really, really enjoyed this, and I do now want to watch the movie, so I definitely would recommend picking this one up as well. This one was my DNF of the month, so this is Martyr by Kaveh Akbar. Apologies if that's not the correct pronunciation. So I got to around 140 pages of this. I've seen it everywhere, and that's why I picked it up. I don't tend to do that because I usually don't like things that are very, very new or that everyone is liking. I like to give them a little bit of time to marinate, but I thought the cover's too nice and I've heard such good things about it, I'm going to try it. And lo and behold, I didn't like it. It was too... The writing was lovely because the author is a poet, so the writing was lovely, but I felt like it was almost too separate. Like it read like poetry rather than a story. There was no like, and I always enjoy books that don't really have like a plot line or a storyline, or that are just a bit more like stream of consciousness or someone working something out. I do enjoy those books, so it's not that I don't like that writing style and that's why this didn't work for me. I just think this didn't work in that style, if that makes sense. I just really didn't like the main character. I didn't enjoy the references to like Twitter and like the modern things. I don't like when they appear in books. It ruins the story for me. There's also quite a lot of swearing, which it's fine in context, but it didn't work for me in this one. So unfortunately, this was a DNF, but I do know a lot of people have been loving it, so maybe it's just me on this one. I could feel a reading slump coming on after that. I always think when I DNF or don't enjoy a book, I feel like a disconnect from reading, and I have to be very careful with my next choices to make sure that I don't push myself further into or go completely into a reading slump. So I picked up The Man Who Planted the Trees. I don't know why I just said the trees, it's just The Man Who Planted Trees. By, I want to say Giono or Giono, not sure. This is very, very short. It's 40 pages and a lot of the pages have pictures on them and the actual text is quite large. So I read this in like half an hour, 40 minutes, just in the garden one afternoon. This is a story of a man who goes hiking in, is it Provence? Yes. And he comes across a shepherd who is planting all these trees and he visits him periodically throughout his life, and this man's forest is just growing and growing and growing. And it's kind of like a testament to someone's will and their hard work and determination, really, is the underlying tone, I think, of this book that I found. I don't think it's one that I would read again, and I think I either gave it 3 or 4 stars. It was just kind of like, okay. I think because it's so short, it didn't feel as meditative as I thought it would. So it was just alright. I have no I think it was too short for me to really connect to it, which I don't think is something like that obviously can happen with short stories, but I usually really enjoy a short story. So I don't know, just this one it was just okay. There was nothing too special about it for me. I still could feel myself going a little bit reading slumpy after that one. So I went to my good old trusty Steinbeck and I picked up The Red Pony. Again, short, because I did not want to delve into a long, dense book when I'm on the edge of a slump. I loved this. I've never been disappointed by Steinbeck's work. This one is obviously set in California. It's about a young boy called Jody and he gets gifts from his father, and unfortunately things happen to those gifts because they are alive, they are animals. One of them is a red pony. And it's basically how he is growing up and he's learning those tough life lessons that, you know, things don't always go the way that you expected or the way that you wanted. Things take time and patience and love and care. I really, really, really enjoyed this. I loved this book. I think I'll probably read it again. I don't know how he does it. He just has one of the best abilities to write an endearing story. He is one of my favourite authors, hands down. Lastly, I wanted something so easy because I was still, I loved The Red Pony, but I still was like, I need to be careful what I choose here. So I picked up Stardust by Neil Gaiman. Ignore this absolutely heinous cover. I wanted it next day, so I ordered it on Amazon. If I'd have had the time, I would have ordered it secondhand and got a nicer copy. Because the spine is actually not too bad, so when it's on my shelf, I don't mind. The front, don't even get me started. This, I think, is young adult, so this was very, very easy. I finished this last night. I really enjoyed it. Very good storytelling. The writing's almost a bit like bouncy and lyrical. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. It's not a genre that I read a lot of, but it was exactly what I needed. Again, it's like 215 pages or something. So in this one, we're set in the village of Wall. There is a wall, obviously, at the edge of this village, and on the other side is the land of the fairy. Our main character, very early on, we figure out that he is half human, half fairy, and he basically goes on this journey through the fairyland and comes back to Wall, and we just basically watch his journey. His journey just unfolds. I really enjoyed this. I think it was just a little bit juvenile. However, that's obviously its target audience. That was exactly why I picked it up, because I wanted something easy but was still a good story. It just, if it had been any longer, I don't know if I would have finished it, because I was getting a little bit, I just wanted something more to sink my teeth into. But it has stopped me going into a reading slump, so it did its job, and I think I'll probably give this 3.5 stars. That's all the books that I read. I've just lost my page. This bookmark is so good, but if the book isn't like tightly bound, it slips out, and this is an old one that's really floppy, so it falls out. So this morning I started Wallace Stegner, All the Little Live Things. I'm on page 16 and I'm enjoying the writing style so far, so I think I will probably finish this one. I don't think it'll be a DNF. I just wanted to read something that was a bit more literary after I read Stardust. So yes, I am looking forward to the rest of this story. My other favourites for this month, just some random ragtag things that I've been really enjoying. First is my flip-flops. Now these are from a brand called Archie's, and they're a bit mucky, but you can see they have like a slightly different sole. It's not 100% flat. They have the arch support in the sole. Now I struggle with my knees sometimes, so obviously flip-flops are not the best for hip and knee pain. These ones completely prevent that. As soon as the weather is above 15 degrees, these are not off my feet. I will wear flip-flops with anything and everything. So these have definitely been a favourite this month because the weather's been a bit warmer. Along the same vein of the weather being nice, I got these Ray-Bans for my birthday, and I literally have not taken them off my face. Just love the shape of them. You can't even see. They're like round but square, and this bar across the top is not something you see too often either, so I've been really enjoying these. This wasp one, it keeps terrorizing me. You have the whole sky. Also for my birthday, I got this amazing dressing gown from Chill Sleepwear. It's an Australian brand. It's their snug dressing gown. So this bright orange colour. It has been a little bit warm the last few days to wear this, but I do wear it on a morning after my shower. It's got these like these little flowers like in the material, and it is just so soft and cozy, and it's so long. It goes all the way to the floor, which is what I like in a dressing gown. I don't like when they hit you like beneath your knee. I like to be covered by a dressing gown. Another favourite of this month, I have been really making a conscious effort to spend less time on my phone, specifically in the mornings. What I've been doing is I've been putting my phone on charge on the opposite side of my room, so it's not within reach of my bed. I put it out all the way over there, and then I get up and do my morning routine. So I do my yoga, I maybe go for a walk, I read my book, I have breakfast, all before touching my phone. So I've banned myself until 9 AM, so I'm getting at least like 2 to 3 hours of the morning without touching my phone at all. And then when I do go on my phone, I try to just reply to messages or check my emails and still keep off social media till like lunchtime. And I've found so much clarity in just having the morning just for me without consuming any information. I don't need to know what anyone's doing first thing in the morning. I really don't. I also find that I've been getting stuff done in the morning, that like little tasks, just like tidying things up, or maybe replying to an email or booking something that I've been putting off, because I've not just been on my phone. And I also have been getting at least 30 to 40 minutes of reading done in the morning when I probably would just spend that time on my phone. So that has been a major favourite recently. My favourite breakfast this month, I have been obsessed with making omelettes with mozzarella, shredded mozzarella, and either spinach or rocket, depending what's in the fridge. And I use these seasoning from Just Spices, and they're like pre-mixed seasonings. Oh my god, that breakfast is so good. And I usually have it with toast or chicken sausages or fruit on the side. Wow, that is a current favourite fixation. I love it. So anyway, I think that is all my favourites for this month and all the books that I've read. I would probably recommend picking up any of these, to be honest, except Martyr. Didn't really like that one. But all of them, I had a great reading month. I really enjoyed everything that I picked up. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in my next one.